hello, hi.
Hello?
Oh, now I can hear myself.
Hang on. I want to take monitor off. How about now? Can you hear yourself?
Can I hear myself?
Can you hear yourself?
Yes, I can hear myself.
Now the only funny thing is, why are you coming through my speakers instead of my headphones? There we go. That's better.
Yes, yes.
And now there's a weird echo.
Self, or if you're still on the Google thing, it'll do the echo because we can hear each other. So I muted both those tabs, and now I just hear you on the Discord.
Let me see. Can I mute site? How about that? Did that work? Hey, that worked.
Yes,
Awesome. I thought I just had to mute my microphone in here and it would work.
nice. We did it! Yay!
Yeah, we did it.
Uh,
Exactly. All right, so, you know, are we living in a simulation, Ben? Oh, first of all, I'm the Rifter, and this is ridiculously Ben, the potato cat.
Potato cat.
Over here on the right, or my right, or your right,
Mhm.
or my left. I'm not really sure what's going on anymore.
Stage left.
Oh, hey,
Everyone's left.
Ruby the Ruthless is. He's talking about a hot. She's talking about a hot dog cat. Is that an oxymoron, a hot dog cat, or is that what? What is that?
Kind of. But I mean, when you think about it, what are hot dogs really made of?
Cats. That's totally professional. I just totally hid the controls there live on screen. That was awesome.
Yes. Well done. Well done.
So,
Um,
do you
are we
think we're
living in
living in a simulation? Even Ruby in the chat there, do you think we're living in a simulation?
I
And
mean,
don't give me this real life crap. Don't what
in a sense, we could be.
I mean, it's like that song by what you call it, What is Love? Like what is real life?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Or in this case it'd be like, what is love? Jesus, don't hurt me? Or what? Because
Right.
is it a simulation or is it not a simulation?
Well,
Dude,
I
those
mean,
legs are
if
killing me. Those
I
cat legs
know
are
they won't
killing me.
stop moving.
I feel like I'm just talking to a baby right now and it's kicking its legs. Okay, you stop that immediately. I've had
Just
a
made it
creepy
worse.
enough day. That was weird. Sorry, I keep interrupting. Do you think we are living in a simulation, in fact, sir?
Hmm. I want to say, in a sense, possibly, yeah. That's very open ended, but possibly, yeah. Like, when you think about it, I want to say, like, I don't know if I want to say almost every. We'll say a lot of religions believe in reincarnation, right? Wouldn't that like essentially be a respawn in
Well,
video game terms?
that would be a respawn. My thing with religion is that almost every religion just almost, and I say almost because again you said reincarnation, which that'd be a respawn point, but
Hmm.
almost every religion views life as just the test. There's something
Hmm.
beyond this, and it's the great reward. And none of this is real. This is you just be good in life, and you know it happens. You get the reward, but
Yeah.
you don't stop existing. So the weird thing is that in science, energy cannot be created uh, or destroyed by normal means. So everything is energy. You are a combination of electrical, chemical, and heat energy. So
Hmm.
even when you die and your electrical and chemical processes break down, and your heat goes away, it goes somewhere. I mean, it dissipates into the air. It does something. So
Yeah.
where does it go?
Right. I don't know. Just, I mean, yeah. See,
Am I
that's
am I
tricky.
am I putting you on the spot?
No, no, no. You're not. It lays in some thought there. THOT. Um.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Like, and then like, I mean, if you want to think a little bit like deeper on that, like,
Deeper.
so like, all right, so like the whole back to the reincarnation thing, but like, so you said the great reward, right? So like, when we die, do we just unplug, or are we plugging in? So what's the simulation? Are we living in a simulation, or are we living to live in a simulation?
So
Simulationception.
how many times can you say simulation in one sentence? I just
I
want to
know,
know
right?
because I counted 16 right there.
Right?
So another crazy thing is there was, um, I want to say it was a college, but I know that it was who's the famous astrophysicist? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He put on some kind of show, an expose maybe. I don't know what you call them because I'm dumb, but he put on some
Mhm.
kind of show, and basically a physicist was looking at string theory and trying to prove string theory that God, this cat is killing me. That is trying to prove string theory is a real thing. And he actually found that within all these string theory equations, as he ran the numbers, that there is an error correcting, like almost computer code that keeps showing up, like a certain sequence of numbers that corrects errors in string theory.
What's string
So
theory?
string theory is the theory that everything is made up of strings on the very lowest level, like below atoms and everything else, and that's how everything is combined, or that's how everything is related.
Hmm.
Sorry,
So,
Ben.
there was a
Ben the
movie like
cat
that.
is having his catnip right now, people. So
Yeah,
just
I'm
letting you know.
eating. I'm sorry.
So what?
There was a movie like that, wasn't there? Well, Black Widow from the Avengers. I forgot her name. I don't.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
String?
Scarlet. I'm
She
gonna
did
look it
something
up right
string
now.
theory? Are you talking?
Well,
Are you talking about?
something I felt was very string theory. Lucy.
Oh gosh, that movie was great until the end, and then it was horrible.
Yes, I
Horrible.
loved that movie. I love that movie. Except,
The ending.
well, had Morgan Freeman and so that was kind of exciting.
Yeah, but if he would have narrated the ending, it would have made it better. But he
I
didn't.
know, right?
He's like, and then she went and dispersed herself. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Dispersed herself into
It's
the
moist,
air and became part of everything. I mean, he could have narrated the end and it would have gotten immediately better, but he didn't.
right?
She just turned
Right?
into a bunch of black stuff and then like,
Yeah, she turned into a USB. It wasn't
she
even a USB 3. It was just a regular USB.
all
2.0.
powerful being. Wait till you feel the wrath of my USB. Wait, 2 or 3 or 3.1? Which version is it? And she's like, just it's USB. I don't know.
It is what I thought it is, what I think it is. Um,
It's like I had to go across the street and help my neighbor set up her smart TV today. She talked to her son, and her son said, "Mom, just take it out of the box and plug it in. It's that easy." She goes, "No, it's not. It's not that simple." She doesn't even have internet at her house. And I'm like, "Look, we take it out of the box. You put the feet on the TV. You plug it in, and you plug your HDMI from the satellite into it." She goes, "HDMI? What's that?" I was like, "Okay, clearly, I'm glad that I'm over here at this point."
Uh-oh. You've gone mute. You've gone silent.
I've gone silent.
Oh no, you're back. You're back.
You're you're
Oh no,
back.
my problem is I'm looking at the stream because like it's always a little delay for
Oh
Twitch.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I was
I
like,
need
"Oh, he's still talking, what?"
people
Yep,
can't hear this
um,
gorgeous voice.
I know, right? Oh my.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, like, so, like, in that movie, there was, like, literal strings, and she was able to pretty much, like, pluck and pull any one of them to do her bidding, you know? And then, like, yeah, like you said about, like, what happens to our energy when we die, if you think about, the end of that movie, she just kinda dispersed. But, like, if you think science too, like, different animals and insects, and I mean, we become food for the rest of the planet, right? Technically.
yeah, kind of. And
So, like,
I was just looking up the other movie that could possibly have to do with string theory, and it's Intergalactic. Did you ever see that?
intergalactic, let me take a look. I don't
That's
recognize
Matthew
the name.
McConaughey and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
someone else. At the very end, basically, they said that's, I think, if I remember right, someone said, and I'm quoting this, that if they had to explain what the inside of a tesseract looked like, at the very end, all that looked like it. But all the strings that they were tugging on, that I don't know if they were really small or what was going on, but that seems more of a string theory to me because they're tugging on a string here and over in
Mhm.
another time and in another dimension, it's affecting something.
Yeah. So, interstellar or intergalactic?
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, no, definitely. And then I think I feel like movie directors or whoever wrote the movies, like those two movies specifically, I think they put it pretty like visually well in place for that kind of like theory, or they probably like loosely adopted whatever the string theory might be
Probably. I mean,
into that. Yeah,
I, I know
I'd
they
love to see
take a lot of creative uh, license. Like if you've ever seen Orange is the New Black,
that. Yeah. Hmm.
remember Alex Voss, the chick from that '70s show?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, do me a favor and look up Alex Voss in real life. Just Google Alex Voss in real life. You tell me they didn't take creative license with her. And I'm not degrading anybody. I'm just saying, just Google it and look up Alex Voss in real life,
Specifically in real life.
specifically in real life, because that was based all on a true story. Of course, again, they took creative
Uh,
license.
oh, the character of Alex Ross is loosely based on. Oh.
You know, click images.
Oh.
Looks nothing like Donna from that
Oh.
'70s show.
Yeah. No, definitely not. No. How did they cast
Creative
this?
license.
I mean,
No, there's no way around it.
I'm trying to make some kind of connection here, but
The connection is creative license. You have to have a
I
license to
can't.
kill the character, apparently. I got a license to thrill and kill.
I I guess. Nope. Nope. Oh, I know the connection.
What, the
I
hair
see it
color?
now. I can see. Yeah, that she's got
Stop.
they both got hair
No,
and
stop.
eyebrows. Oh, and they got glasses. The glasses that works.
I'm so disappointed in you,
That's
Ben.
literally the only
Did you
thing.
just hear my soul die inside of me?
Just a little bit.
My God.
Oh, why?
Ugh. So I've seen where people actually credit I can't remember his name. It's a girl's name. Well, girl's name. Rene Descartes. He said, I think and I'm trying to do all this from memory because I don't have it on my screen, but it's
Mhm.
I think therefore I am, and people are trying to relate that to the simulation theory, and he's the original person who posed that we're in a simulation. I don't think that's true. I don't think that has anything to do with it. And I was trying to do some research the other day on if there was another movie other than The Matrix that posed that. The only one that I can think of off the top of my head, if you've ever seen it, actually, there's two, and it's not like grand sci-fi. The robots are using us for power, which is complete crap because we're not a good source of electricity. It's Westworld was one because
Hmm.
Westworld was a simulation. It was a
Mhm.
bunch of robots, and you could go to this place and live out your wildest fantasies and kill hookers. And so it's basically like GTA back in the 50s. But Westworld was originally came out like back in the 50s or 60s. I can't remember which.
Mhm.
But then there's also The Island, if you've never heard of that.
The TV series?
No, I'm fairly certain it's an old movie, but let me see.
No, I'm still on here.
What? Leave him alone, woman!
She like comes in here in 5 minutes. You done? Because
Huh?
I'm not streaming it. That's why.
Huh?
Oh, the island. I've never seen this.
There's one's from 2005, but there's a really okay. There's one from 1980. That's what year? Because I'm looking it up because I can't remember. But
Let me see that. Nice.
basically, the premise is you've got a bunch of rich people, right?
Hmm.
And the whole thing is they want to live forever. So, like, let's say an actor gets in an accident and he needs a liver and can't get a donation. So what's better than having an exact clone of yourself that whenever you need a body part, some place is keeping it thinking that, hey, uh, this is real life. We're going to get selected to go live on an island, but they're actually just going to an operating room, getting their
Hmm.
organs harvested, and then they're throwing them in a garbage chute. So those are like the only two other than the Matrix of what I could think that an actual simulation is, like a movie that
Mm.
posed it.
I had one. I know two. Mm. There's one where it's like it doesn't indicate that life is a simulation, but that you could live your life in a simulation. That was the Surrogate with Bruce Willis. I think Bruce Willis in it.
Yes, that was Bruce Willis.
Hmm. Hmm. And then there was another one for sure.
Ready Player One.
I just Ready Player One. Yeah, that's another one. That's
Uh,
another one.
and again, those are like loose simulations because there's nothing quite like the Matrix where everybody is completely fooled. And
Yeah, no, that
not
one's literally you're living in a
yeah,
you're living in a simulation.
but they're also saying that they ran a simulation in a computer and they said they added like 1 atom per second or 1 electron per second or something like that. But for every atom that they added to this simulation to try and navigate where it was going to go and what it was going to do, the computing power equaled more than anything in this universe. But that's the thing. If we're living in a simulation, maybe we're actually in a different universe. Or even the Mandela effect. Maybe that is part of the simulation. They're glitches where you can't tell me that it's Berenstain Bears because when I was little, it was Berenstein Bears. There was no stain. The only stain is the word stain.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, I could definitely see that. Like there, well, even like if you think about the Matrix, they have a lot of like glitches that are kind of relatable to like everyday life, like deja vu
yeah, deja vu.
or even the ghost twins. I know that's pretty far fetched, but I mean the supernatural in general, the cryptids and the in this and ghosts and UFOs. Who knows? That's a glitch in our matrix. You know what I mean?
Who are you? Ridiculously Ben Seuss?
I
UFOs? Who
know, right?
knows?
UFOs. Who knows? I
Stop.
can't think of any other rhyme for that. Just follow my nose.
Your nose is a triangle right now. I want you to know that.
I know. I love it. I love
The
it.
legs are just killing me. And then you got your little arms that are flapping around. Are
I'm
the
done eating, so we could see my beautiful face. Well, let's see. Let me go ahead and change this up. I'll put a sexy background instead.
are you saying my background? I don't even know how to do that now. I knew how to do it at one point.
Because
I don't
right
want a
now my
reaction.
office is kind of a mess. Here we go. Hotness. There we
Ah!
are.
Turn it off. Oh, never mind. That's your face.
I'm in.
See,
The
oh, there we go.
Matrix.
I'll
Oh,
just
your moon.
there. My son.
Nice. I can see the resemblance. He's holding your head, or he's. There you go. Yes. um. But yeah, like anomalies like that in the Matrix, kind of, it's kind of relatable. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of unexplained things that happen in
Why
our
can't my
planet.
real house look like? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Why can't my real house look like this? And
Oh yeah, same.
just oh no, what'd you do? Stop! It
I
did
like to be on
stuff.
like a high rise overlooking the city. Actually, no, I wouldn't because I would not want to deal with the traffic.
So this just looks like it would be really humid to me.
No, it does. And smell like potting soil, which is kind of refreshing in a way if you think about it.
I don't know. Some of that stuff just smells like poison to me. Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. I got the fat bear in the background right there, somewhere. Right.
Yes.
I can't. I don't even have a finger now. Right there. There we go.
Who's ready for a hot tub stream? Let's go.
Oh, put your clothes back on, Ben.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop screwing with the background. My custom. Oh, that's when we were messing with the
Oh yeah.
trying to get the exact background color. I'm gonna turn it off
There we
though,
go.
because I've got blur my background. Oh.
Blurred. I like that tree though. That tree's pretty cool. But we're in a simulation. Let's make it count. We're gonna be in outer
Yeah, I mean, I've
space.
got a tree with a picture on it, so there's that's a simulation. That's not real. It can't be.
Right, right, right. But but yeah. So anomalies like that, I mean, that we can't explain, could be like literal glitches in our world, or stuff that we don't understand. Could be kind of
And that was going to be something I was going to bring up is have you seen the videos of the birds that get stuck in midair and the planes that just stop moving?
a. Mm-hmm.
That is the craziest stuff I've ever seen because I've never seen it in real life, so I'm not really inclined to believe to believe it. And sometimes it looks like those birds are caught in a net. Like
Yeah.
they're wiggling, but you can tell they're like bouncing around like they're stuck in something. But
Or the cars that crash, but like there's nothing there.
yeah, or the ones that look like they're caught on a line. Have you
Hmm.
seen
Hmm.
that? Dude, that's like some Chronicle type crap there.
Right.
If you've ever seen
But
that movie, which is
yeah,
amazing.
I think there might be like playable like stuff to that, but at the same time, it is interesting. Like, what if it was a really thin line that no one could really see? Either way, like
But what would be that
just
strong
what
to
led up
lift
to that moment.
5 vehicles without snapping? Something
I
that
know, right?
thin? Because you can't see it. It's not a fishing line.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
yeah.
talking like some kind of Brazilian spider, like it'll hold 2,000 pounds, but still,
It's like
that will snap after 2 cars.
titanium silk,
I mean, yeah, you're talking about like
adamantium silk.
no, now you're just getting silly.
I know, right?
But like
Right.
you would literally have to have the comic book strength of Spider-Man's web to do
Yeah,
something stupid like that because he stopped a train at one point without ripping his body in half.
right.
But
So
you
yeah,
can
it would have
see
to be
his
something on that
nasty
level.
white filament. I'm gonna call it
Oh yeah,
his filament.
his his filament.
Ew.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, what else? What else is there? Like, okay, okay, okay. Hold on. I got something. The brain juices are moving around.
I knew you'd like this and you'd have stuff to say if I brought stuff up.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Think about this. Out of body experiences.
Yeah, that I can see that, but I mean, explain your stance, but I can definitely see that.
No, I mean it's a disconnect from your avatar essentially. I mean, I'm thinking of this as like when you say simulation, I'm thinking of this in like video game terms. You know what I mean? So you got some kind of disconnect from your avatar. Um, a lot of people that have out of body experiences see people or things that wouldn't normally be there or that were there at some point. And you can see yourself. But the argument with that is if we're living in a simulation and we're having an out of body experience, we're still able to see
Most people
the
can't tell anyway.
simulated existence that we're in at that time. So,
Yeah.
like, between those two, what would be real and what would be fake?
Hmm. That's a good point.
Hmm. Or if it's just like maybe it's like Super Mario World where there's just two different worlds that you could explore in the same simulation. You've reached the special level.
Oh my gosh.
Hidden world. Let's go. It's a simulation within a simulation.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm trying to think of other examples of proof that we're living in a simulation.
Invisible walls. We can't go to the center of our planet without roasting, and we can't go to like outer space without a death sentence. I wonder if those are intentional restrictions.
You know, we can't step out. We can't step
We
out
can't,
into a. Well, I mean, you couldn't step out into a vacuum on Earth either, so that I can't.
and kind of interesting that we have the perfect atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a Goldilocks zone around every star. I know. Um,
Mhm. But it's all, I feel like that's all theoretical because otherwise we would have really pushed to get there quicker instead of being like, let's go to dead planet Mars. Let's
nah,
go
you
to
said you
dead.
said Mars. That's
Yeah.
that's interesting to me because have you ever heard of I can't remember what the project was called for the CIA, but it was like Project Periscope or some crap like that. It was basically remote viewing.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard of that one? Where they got all
No,
these psychics together and they gave them coordinates and they tried to remote view where things were. You've never heard of that?
it sounds very familiar.
Honestly,
Is
out of
it
all the people who've never heard of something like that, you're the one.
the movie with the goats in it?
That
World War II, kind of similar to that.
the men who stare at goats.
Yes.
That was one. Uh, that was like a spoof on the movie, but yes.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I know it was a spoof, but yeah. Kind of like that. Yeah, I could. I mean, I could see. I know. I hear about governments like at least through movies and stuff, like how the Nazis explored psychic stuff and like very fantastical supernatural things like that. And also like apparently all of our enemies like the Russians did it too, and you got Russian psychics and stuff, and this is all like based off like movie knowledge. I don't really have any like or comic books. I don't really have any like references for it. But yeah, I'm not I'm not against thinking that governments wouldn't be exploring that avenue though.
Well, that's the thing that they already have, and I'm
Hmm.
trying to remember what it was. No, I'm just looking it up. Um,
Is it
I
where they
want to.
like kind of mess with invisibility too? Like they try to make a ship like a cloaking thing for an actual like warship,
No,
or am I thinking of
that
a
was the
different thing
Manhattan
entirely?
Project,
That was a
or the Manhattan Project, or the Philadelphia experiment. I think it was the
Philadelphia
Philadelphia
experiment.
experiment. Yeah,
Mhm,
because they
mhm.
tried to make that ship disappear by messing with magnetic fields, and they said that some sailors came back fused into the metal of the ship and phased in with different objects, and some of them came back just they lost their minds. But
That's
again,
crazy.
I've never there's no physical proof of it. But that's the thing; it happened so long ago. How would you even know? Like, what kind
Mhm,
of proof could you have?
mhm.
But
Yeah. No, oh, for real. But yeah, no, that's what I don't know why that reminded me of that for some reason what you were talking about.
I think I'm looking
But
for
yes.
hostages.
Hostages?
So,
I'm
yeah,
s-
I'm looking for hostages.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Do what you want.
Okay, so
Have your way. Oh, God. No. No.
so they have the CIA has used remote viewers to find um, to basically to find people. Let me see. So actually, it was in 1980. I knew it was in the 80s, but it was in 80. But in a leaky old building in Fort Meade, Maryland, a psychic hired by American spies had a mind bending breakthrough. It was July 1980 when a vision of a sick man on a stretcher in an airplane struck him. He and five other psychics had already spent months on a secret mission. Their job saved the 52 Americans seized in November 1979 in the Iran hostage crisis and spy on the Iranian captors using only paranormal powers. So I'm not going to read this whole article, but I'm pretty sure they were successful,
Yeah.
if I remember right. Let me see for,
And
or
I,
maybe it wasn't that situation. Maybe it was another one. But in one of them, they were successful in locating some general's daughter that was taken hostage. I think I'm just looking at the wrong hostage situation. So many hostages.
but yeah, no, you know, I could, I could kind of see that. Like, I mean, personally, I like believe in supernatural stuff and human ability. Um, because you think, I mean, you think about like all these monks doing these crazy things that like is humanly impossible, or
Throwing a
um,
pin through a piece of glass and
yeah, and it's not like, oh, sure, it could be a trick, but
creating crazy heat with their chi. I
but
want
if
to do
you have
Tai
the
Chi and have
technology where you're able,
fireballs.
I know, right?
Hadouken.
But it, you know, that's just a manipulation of your own energy too. So like,
Dude, I've got kids. I've
yeah, I
got
think,
no energy.
yeah, I know,
So I
mine's
can't create a fireball.
pretty
Only with
good.
beams.
The fire is gone for me.
Yeah, I'm flame kissed enough as it is.
I'm kissed.
Flame kissed with a T.
But yeah, no, yeah, stuff like that. Like again, these anomalies, these crazy human feats, or just unexplained things could
Guy from Florida.
kind of reinforce the idea of that we're living in a simulation. Somebody's breaking the rules somewhere. Someone's fortniting with cheat codes, man. With a cheat bot, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, and that was the
I
other
don't
thing
know.
I thought about a minute ago was CERN. You know what that is, don't you?
Mm-mm. Sounds
That's
very
the
familiar though.
that's the giant Hadron Collider that they built under it's either Germany or there's two different
Oh yeah.
countries that it goes under. And we didn't start having these weird Mandela effects, or at least none that anyone can remember until they activated that thing. And then, so you never know. They could be trying to
Yeah.
break the simulation. They were trying to find, I think it was a Higgs boson, the God particle, and I think they found it. But
Yeah.
I mean, when you're generating that kind of electromagnetic force and
Mhm.
accelerating particles like that, something is going to happen.
You're gonna break the game.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
they're
the
they've
the
reached
only
maximum level in the game, so what else can you do?
the only picture I have in my head right now is the Technodrome being warped through a rift and it's trying to come to Earth.
Yes.
That's what's in my head.
Yes.
So any other examples of this actually being a simulation? Like, so I have a weird phenom that happens to me every now and then, and maybe it's just common sense,
Mhm.
or sorry, I've got my station here. I see dust on my keys. I'm trying to wipe it off.
Oh,
Um,
now I see dust on my keys. This is all your fault.
sorry. Uh,
Got some microfiber cloth here.
what was I just saying? I lost my train of thought because I was cleaning dust. Oh, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
too much. Let's go.
Jeez, it's like, sometimes I have this feeling. There's a butterfly over there. My God. No, no, I don't know if it's intuition or common sense or if it's actually something to be concerned about. But sometimes I'll have a thought like somebody's doing something stupid, like it's one of those hold my beer moments, and you're just thinking to yourself, that guy's going to get hurt. He's going to die right now, or something to that effect. And then exactly what I thought was going to happen happens. And it happened. I don't know how many times I can say happen in a sentence, but I'm counting. But it happens so often that I think there could be something to it. I don't know if you've had that phenomenon happen or not, but it's something that happens to me on the regs.
Yeah, yeah. And
But
there's times where I have to like, oh, I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I have to like force myself to look away because I know something's gonna happen. It's always when somebody's about to get hurt. It sucks. I hate it. I get these like chills all over my body. I'm like, oh, someone's gonna break something. Someone's gonna break something, and I have to look away. I'm like, no way, man. I no. Just no.
now your kids
But
don't count. You can't use them as an example because kids do stuff stupid all the time. Like Corbin
yeah.
runs around here in socks. And I'm like, take your socks off. And he runs around and he smacks his head on the floor. So I'm like, we tell you to take your socks off. That's different.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I get the whole hold my beer moment. Adults are
I've performed some of those, Ian.
those are the ones that you declare NPCs. Or hey, that's something to think about. If we are living in a simulation, what's a non-player character? What's a bot?
So this is probably the most lonely thought I've ever had, but I had it the other day, and it has to
Mhm.
do with that. What if every single person, and I'm not talking about, so let's say that I'm in your head and I'm looking out, and I'm just thinking about this from your perspective. I'm looking through your eyes, but you're you, right?
Mhm.
Everyone that exists in their own universe, that is their simulation. Nobody else, nothing else in that universe is real except for them. So you've got I'm talking like Ruby's an NPC, your kids are NPCs, I'm an NPC. Every other person is an NPC. And basically, only what you see is what loads. Just think about that. Nothing matters. That's the simulation. And then in another universe, there's a Ruby, and she's got a Ben, but he's an NPC. Her kids are NPCs. In another universe, you got each one of your kids are separate. It's kind of very I don't know what the word is, but it's terrible.
So individuals are are running through the simulation, and everything is just an NPC.
Yeah, so everything you see is for your simulation. See, I'm not real right now. I'm an NPC. I'm just making conversation, doing what my programming tells me to, but you're the only one cognitively aware of what's going on in the world, and only what you see is loaded into RAM, if you want to call it that.
Mm,
It's a very,
mm,
very weird and interesting theory because you can't prove it. It's almost
yeah.
like what is that thing? Um,
So what you're saying is we're a theory that you have is that we're in a single player game
yes,
and we're just running story mode the whole way through.
pretty much.
And my 9 to 5 is just the experience grind I've been trying to do to get ahead.
Well, I have some bad news for you, Ben. I
Oh
really do.
no!
It's all it's all crap. It's all a simulation.
Damn, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry.
Dang.
But
Maybe that's.
I was just thinking if there's multiple universes, what if only one person in that universe is real and everybody else is fake? I mean, if you just think about it, you're just like, so literally nothing I do matters. What is the point of the simulation? Which I think what leads a lot of people down a dark road, and I think you know what I
Mhm,
mean with ending things. I think I almost think they view the world like that, like they're completely alone, and they think that they're almost in that mindset that nothing matters. I mean, literally, that's what it is. But they're in the mindset of
doesn't matter.
what happened.
Anyone can see nothing really matters.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me DMCA, dude.
I know, right? I was like expert queen right there. Um, yeah, maybe scary thought. Scary thought. Maybe people who decide to end their life actually find out the truth.
According to some religions, they got one of two realities to go to, and according to
Mm,
another one, well, they're just going to respawn as probably something worse.
yeah, that's true too. Huh.
Sometimes I do wonder
Some
what I did in a past life to have the luck that
you know, you and
I
I
do.
both, sir. You and I both. I mean, granted, it could be way worse. It could be worse,
Oh,
but
oh yeah, I'm fairly lucky, but there are those days when I'm just like,
yeah,
holy crap, dude.
it can't be helped. It can't be helped. You got to feel that way sometimes. I came up with a random thought right now. Like, if we're in a simulation, where do artists fit in? Like,
Like as NPCs,
essentially,
where do they fit in?
no, as players, because or they could be NPCs because a lot of artists could essentially create their own world if you think about it. Or I have a feeling that they have a hand in the programming. You know what I'm saying? Because they're able to create.
That is true. And I did watch a crazy, crazy movie last night. It is by this dude named Phil Tippett. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He did I guess he did special effects for Jurassic Park and some
Mhm.
other movies. But now I have to look him up because I know he's done quite a few things. And good God, he's old. Um,
Sounds super familiar.
so he did Starship Troopers 2, um, the Frankenstein Complex. He did something with Jurassic Park. I don't know what part it was, but I watched a movie that came out by him last year, I think,
Mhm.
and it's called Mad, or maybe it came out in 2021, but it's called Mad God. I-
Hmm.
If you're, and this definitely has something to do with what you're talking about
Yeah.
and what we're talking about, but if you're a fan of horror and stop motion,
Mhm.
watch it. It I had some weird dreams last night where I had to go back to my old job, which was terrible. That was scary, and that's really weird that that's the scariest thing my brain could come up with.
Oh
But
no.
Mad God is a very interesting watch. It is very gory, and there is one scene in it that just goes on way too long. I mean, for like 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm just like, I started fast forwarding through it. I'm like, this is just disgusting. And
Yeah, I don't know if I could watch something like that. I used to be able to be like, "Oh, this is cool," but no, it might be a bit much.
it's it's just basically it's this guy is open on the table, and none of it's real, but some of it looks real, and
Mhm.
it's a stop motion in some parts and a motion in some parts. But the guy has this other guy open on the table, and the doctor is just he's like all the way down to his shoulders inside this dude's chest cavity, and he's
Damn.
bringing up like coins and pearls, and they're all bloody, and he's looking for something, and he's just throwing it out, and you can just it the I think it could be the sounds that are just horrible, but
Mhm.
he just like for 5 or 6 minutes, he's it sounds pretty bad, but he's in this guy like for 5 or 6 minutes.
Damn, that's crazy.
And yeah, I think you would enjoy it because it's like they send a guy down to hell,
Mhm.
but it's more than that. I think it has to do with the simulation theory, but you have to get through the movie and get to the end to figure out what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Just watch the trailer for it. The trailer isn't that gory. It's just weird crap. It's almost like I don't even know how to pronounce the guy's name, and he's my favorite artist. He's a Polish
Wha
artist.
what is it called again?
Mad
Mad
God.
Mad God? Oh, okay. I like the art style so far. This is really interesting.
But yeah, you would have to get through the
It's really
movie to the end and be like, oh. But then there's so many different ideas and so many different things you can take from that movie.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to think. It's a Polish artist, and I don't even know if he's alive anymore. But I love his art.
Yeah,
Um,
that looks
it's
insane. Phil Phil Tippett. Oh,
yeah, no,
directed
no,
by Phil Tippett.
yeah, it's not him though. It's
Mhm.
what is this douchebag's name? I mean douchebag. I love his art. Oh,
Mhm.
it's spelled Zdzisław. So Zdzisław Beksinski. Zdzisław
Uh,
Beksinski.
I'm not even gonna try. I don't know. Oh, I'm not gonna even try that one. But yeah,
Exactly.
I got you.
Check check your Discord real quick.
I'll take a look
This
sees right
is
now.
this is his art. He's like one of my favorite artists of all time, and it's just insanity the stuff that he came up with.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like it all has to do with like death and just crazy.
Kind of reminds me of the same artist as the one who inspired the look of the Alien films.
Oh, H.R. Geiger.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of a lot. I
I
like
mean,
H.R. Geiger.
oh yeah, but I mean, I wish he wouldn't have died. But like these images I'm sending you right now, especially this one, it's just
Oh,
like hell depicted.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that movie Mad God, that if you get the chance to watch it, I would. You definitely can't watch it around your kids. Like I'm watching it on my tablet, sitting on the couch, and my son tries to peek around the corner. This is not for you, buddy.
Oh
just,
my gosh, I know that rodeo. I have to do that.
just turn to the side. Be like, no.
often. But yeah, I think artists have a interesting role when it, if it in the simulation theory. I think that I think they have their hand in the code because they're able to create.
And then it also makes you think about people who are clinically insane. Are they actually seeing the truth, or are they mentally ill? Are they seeing something that we're not? That they are just gifted with some kind of sight where they can differentiate between us.
Yeah. Well, same thing goes for
Hmm.
like mediums and psychics. I think that maybe
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
want to go the medium and psychic route unless they're like, hey, what's up, Jada Nico? Unless they are just crazy spot on and they're really, really good and they're just not like, I'm getting a ja or a pup. Oh, Paul, that was my ex-husband's name and he's dead. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
okay. It's like John Edwards, like he put microphones throughout the crowd or throughout the studio, and then he's just like, uh, what?
What's your deal, bro? Where are you from?
This is Ben.
Adrian.
He's a Sagittarius. He's in California. Love him.
Love, hate it, love it.
Kind of
Looks
looks
like you
like you
smell like
smell like.
Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've never smelled
I,
Rifter, but I'm not against it.
hey, man. Talking like beef jerky and coffee, I guess. I don't know what the heck that means,
Actually, maybe throw in a little root beer in there, and I think we got it sold.
but
Oh, good. So, simulation. If you were beef jerky, what flavor would you be?
teriyaki style. Yeah, Jade and Nico, that's
Uh,
an interesting question. So we are podcasting. Do you think we are living in a simulation? If so, what is your proof?
and
That, that
Jaded, life
that's
is
how
okay
life
for now.
is. Pineapple, cause I live on the edge. What? Oh, that's the I guess wait, pineapple jerky? Isn't that just like dried fruit? Are we in a sim?
Yeah,
I
are
don't
we in
know.
a
That's
sim?
what we're asking. At least I'm asking.
She believes it. That settles it. We're in a sim.
Yeah, Jade and Nico said. I mean, she like crochets and everything, so she's one of the artists. She's making it up.
Hmm. She's got her hand in the code.
So
I
what
think
what
that's what
is
it is.
what is your proof that we are in a simulation? Because it's been a wide variety. We've even been reaching a lot, just crazy stuff. And I don't know how long you've been in here, but we've just been talking about crazy stuff on, um,
Crazy.
yes, just maniacal things on like movies and different things like The Island, the other one I said, Westworld, just different kind of simulations. If, like what the earliest example of somebody that came up with the simulation theory. Way too many deja vus not to be a sim. Like
I could,
every single day is
yeah.
exactly the same.
Groundhog's Day
Oh man, that was a great movie. I love
or
Bill
a
Murray.
30, 40, 31st dates,
41st Dates, wasn't it?
essentially. Is it 31st dates? 21st dates?
I
How
don't know.
many
It's
dates is it?
some number of first dates. I know. Wasn't it Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, Drew Barrymore and 51st dates.
Yeah, that's back when Adam Sandler was trying to get laid, and that's like he wanted everybody to think he was romantic or something. I think.
Right? Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, 51st dates was that movie.
51st Dates. Nah, I've
I've
done
done this
this
before.
before.
I've met you before. Type of this. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, same. And
Well,
you
I work
know,
from home, so I don't meet a lot of people anymore, but I do know what you mean.
yeah. But you kind of could think about it too. Is what's it called?
Snapping your fingers.
It's
Oh,
that happened before too. Um,
have you ever made tacos before though? I'm thinking you have. Oh,
I
hang
lost
on.
my train of thought. Oh, oh yeah, he disappeared. They are delicious. Ooh, what kind of tacos, Jaded? And why aren't you sharing? I wasn't on the train. The train? Which train? I literally told you about it so I could share.
Sorry, the food got here for whenever my fams get home.
Nice. What kind of food did you order?
I got some biscuits.
Ooh,
My son got
beef
some
tacos.
biscuits, and my
Biscuits.
wife got some tato skins.
Taters. Nice. Tater. You made beef tacos? Hell yeah. I wasn't on that train. Wasn't. I'm so lost.
I literally told you about tit. Told you about tits? What?
Oh my.
What's going on, Ben?
Oh, so NPC theory from what Jade and Echo said. Okay, so deja vu. I've done this before. I've met you before. Sameness. There's a lot of sameness going on. Like not
What I said.
so like you said how we're only in our own we're the only one in our own simulation. You got
Yeah.
doppelgangers.
Yes. Because
You got movie remakes,
how often can the code repeat itself until it's just like AI art? Because what is that? Because AI art, I mean, how many times can it generate a person until it eventually repeats itself? So you will eventually get a doppelganger.
hmm hmm
That's
or
interesting.
even twins,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can create twins like immediately, fraternal. But are we talking about DNA? Or are we talking about um, aesthetically identical twins?
both,
Don't pronounce that with an L.
both,
Oh God, it feels so dirty
both,
when you do that. It's good.
both. But yeah, it's the sameness. Like even species, it's like all lions look the same to me. all all
Let's not
spruces look the same to
let's not
me.
get racist, Ben. Okay,
All oak trees look the same to me.
or
You know, like
speciesist.
speciesist. I'm a
Don't be
speciesist.
an herbist. All oak trees don't look alike.
All giraffes are the same.
Not giraffe nerd. Oh.
Oh no, she's gonna get so mad at me. But like, like it just seems like Control V, Control C. I mean, Control C, Control V, and just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste.
I
We're,
wonder what Control
you
X, Control V would be. Is that when somebody dies and then they go somewhere else?
know, yes.
I'm just curious. I'm trying to figure out the rules.
That's like exact copy of reincarnation right there. It's like I die and I come back as me.
So it's like when you press Windows and P and you're hooking up a wireless projector. That's like astral projection. Or am I
Right?
reaching too far?
You're not. I could see that. Also, reset button. Um, there's the end of the world where the world's completely obliterated, but I don't see that happening. And then there's where the world is healing itself. So would for example the reverse polarity of the reverse direction or supposedly the reverse direction of our core and all this bad weather and a possible another what did it call it, another ice age. What usually happens after an ice age cycle? Everything kind of
But you know, a new ice age technically starts every 10 or 20 years, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Like that's a reset button right there in my eyes. It's like let's freeze and murder everything just to start new life on the same planet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like who controls that? And I know some people call it God. Some people, I call it the moon. I do because
Yeah.
a lot of the crazy weather that we've been having. And I know we're not going to stick on a specific topic. We try to stay on is this a simulation, but we're going to get sidetracked. So Whoever's watching,
Always.
whoever's listening in the future, just it's what is today? It's March 15th of 2023. You just gonna have to deal with it. So,
Yes.
well, I don't even remember what I was talking about because I went off on a tangent.
The moon.
The moon, yeah. So all this crazy weather we've been having, and all the just crazy crap that happens. So most people don't know the moon actually pulls away from Earth by about 1 inch every single year. Doesn't sound like much, but I'm 41 years old. So the moon is actually 41 inches, roughly. So it's not exact, but roughly 41 inches further from the Earth than when I was born. So the moon is responsible for the Earth's tides, and pretty much the ocean air, ocean current is responsible for the majority of the weather. And I know geothermal and geomagnetic stuff, and the sun has to do with it too. But when you think that the Earth's 70% water, and the moon's pulling away from Earth, and it's responsible for the tides, I mean, what would you think? Hang on, my phone's ringing.
Yeah, I mean, it could potentially be devastating, but at the same time, it separates from us low enough not to really notice. But at the same time, like how, like in the long run, how would that affect things too? So there is that.
So in the long run, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I know that eventually the moon will break away from the Earth and the Earth will die. In fact, I think that's what will probably happen before anything else because all the tides will stop. It'll just
Hmm.
be stagnant water. So plankton will start to die. I don't really think that plankton swim around. I think they're just kind of there creating oxygen
They
for
got the
most of the Earth.
currents.
Yeah, they go with the currents. So I think if they just stand still, they're going to die. But
Technology, artificial currents. Yes.
exactly. But sorry, I think it's probably a decent place to stop. Plus, my family's going to be back here in a few minutes, and it's like
Oh yeah,
starting
no
to get
problem,
really
dude.
loud. But I don't know. I think if we get more people in here and more questions going, it would be pretty cool. But
Yeah, some back and forth. I like Jaded. I appreciate you coming in here and like and kind of throwing ideas out at us. That's kind
talking
of
about tacos and
that's
making me
fun.
hungry. Thanks a lot.
I know, I know. I want beef tacos
She,
too. It sounds
she's not
nice
here.
and
She's eating
nice, nice and salty beef tacos.
nice
I
and
love it.
salty beef tacos.
On an ending note, what's your favorite taco?
I like some fish tacos.
Fish tacos are pretty good with the sauce and stuff. The white
Any
sauce.
taco's good. A lasagna taco would be good. Come on. Actually, that
My
does
wife
sound delicious.
taco. Oh my. Oh no.
I wish I had like a button that went or like
That's my favorite.
huh?
Huh? The
Every time.
Filipino
Every time
taco?
every time you say something to her, she just goes, "Huh?" And then she'll
Huh?
answer you. It's so funny.
I know, it's great.
But thank you for
Um,
my nifty co-host here, Ridiculously Ben. Check him out on Twitch. Check him out on the YouTubes. Check me out on the YouTubes, and you're probably already checking me out on Twitch.
oh yeah.
But again, thanks for watching. I'm gonna cut this real quick, and thanks Ben, thanks Jaded, thanks Ruby, and
Nope.
yeah,
Yeah, that was
just
fun. We got to do it again, man.
it sounds weird when you say it like that, but I agree.
Got to get that practice in.
Oh God, why are you so
Oh,
sweaty right now?
I don't know. I'm getting a bad case of the vapors.
Oh Lord, I got the vapors. All right, man. Thanks
Oh,
again.
no problem, dude.
Bye.
Oh no. Oh no. There you go.